Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. Today a bit of a different video. I want to show you my equipment. How do I film the cars? How do I live stream? How do I film all of it? It's just interesting to me and maybe it's interesting to you. It's a fun video to do. I like playing with this stuff. I like filming. I like editing. And I purchased all of this stuff over a few years, upgraded if I thought it would benefit me somehow. And I'm not a professional at all. If I spend money, it's mostly the cheapest I can find and the cheapest way I can do something, and then I live with the problems and the downside that it has, unless there's something where I say I cannot work with this, I need something else. It's not too much that I use, and it gets less and less. I focus on other things more. And what I want to tell you of the stuff is also the pros and the cons, because nothing is perfect, of course, as always. So as with cars, it too. And important is I film everything in 24 frames per second. I think it looks the best, and also the picture gets a bit brighter, so I can use less ISO, and then it's not as grainy, just a tiny bit. And I film everything in 1080p, so full HD. Only my, I mean, all of it can, all what I have except for this one can do 4K. But what I like with 1080p, when I film 4K with other devices, I can zoom in or crop in stuff that's more that I want to do some moves or whatever. It's just, I just find it better, and yeah, I like that about that. That's why it's all edited in 1080p and uploaded to YouTube in that format. But let's just go. The main thing, and I have it for a year and a half, I think, is the camera that's filming me now. It's the Canon M50. It was 530 euros with the lens that it has. It's a 15 to 45 millimeter lens. It was a set, and I like the camera a lot because it offers really good quality for a very, very low price. It's not a full frame camera, which would look better and would give more bokeh, so the blurry background and stuff like this. It would be nice and have more lenses, but I don't need that, and this it's okay with that. And I like the camera a lot. It has a few downsides. Biggest downside that I have is that the battery, how long the battery will last, is shown in a horrible way. It's always full, and then like 5 minutes before it's empty, it shows only one battery level, and then it's already low battery, and then it turns off. And so this is annoying. So I switch the batteries. I have a lot all the time. I have like 8 batteries or something. They don't hold very long. I think I can film 1.5 hours. Second downside, that it can only, because it's a photo camera, not supposed, well, you can do video, but it's not primarily video. You can only film 30 minutes and then it cuts off, so I have to restart again. That's annoying, but I rarely do that, so it's okay. A camcorder, for example, can film forever. But I like the flexibility that I have with this camera. And the third thing that's really crappy with this camera is that I cannot see the audio levels when I'm recording. I can only do it before in a different video. So in a window, when I'm filming, I can't see it anymore. But otherwise, it does pictures, great pictures for me. I have 3 lenses, but I only use 2 because I bought one and then I bought another one that was way better. And that's where we go next. I think it's a good camera. It does it very well. I like it a lot. And it's very light. That's also nice. But I bought a second lens, which is this. This is a Canon 22mm. I bought it because it's a very fast lens, and then it's better in low light, and you get that, like I said, the blurry background. But it's very horrible autofocus. I don't like that at all. And the lens I have on right now has amazing autofocus. This autofocus is crap. It takes long and it's also loud. But then I bought this lens. This is a Sigma 60mm 1.4, and this is just amazing. You can film in very dark light. So when it's dark very nicely, and you get that nice blurry background. But this is a fixed focal length, so you cannot zoom anything. The one I have on there, you can zoom in a bit, but this one can't do that. But I like that a lot. So this is a great lens. I loved it. This was around 350 euros, and this was used 200 euros, but I will sell that because I don't need it anymore. This is my old camcorder, Sony. It has a hard drive in here, a 60 gigabyte hard drive. I used it in the beginning a few times to film in the first few videos, but since then not, because the video quality is really horrible. Even though it's HD, the colors are off, the details, it just looks horrible. I don't use that anymore, and it's very heavy. The only good thing with this is that it films for a long time, and the batteries hold very long, so you can film like 2.5 hours, no problem. But nah, I don't like it at all. Next thing is this. This is the Wii, the Wii 4K Plus Action Cam. This is a very neat action cam. It's very small. It already has. You can already mount it. It doesn't have to be like GoPro with that weird mount. It can fit on tripods. And stuff like this, so I like that a lot. It can record 4K 60 frames per second. I don't use that. Like I said, I only use 24 frames per second. The video quality is okay. In daylight, when it's dark, it's horrible. So I don't use it in the dark. What I like about it is that it's amazingly easy to operate. You press long, it turns on, you press again, it's recording. Because if I'm filming myself, for example, I cannot see if everything is working properly, but that I see the blinking and everything, and it's just very easy to turn on. I like that a lot. The batteries hold pretty long, so I'm surprised about that. Big negative point with this camera is when you have the battery in and you just let it stay there, the battery drains very fast. So 20% per day or something, so you cannot leave the batteries in there. That's why it's empty. I also have a GoPro Hero 3, but I don't use that anymore because it doesn't have a screen. So you have to use an app to see what it's filming. I'm not doing that. But I have the GoPro Hero 8 Black. So during daylight, it's the same video quality than the Wii 4K. It also can record 4K 60 frames per second. Again, I only use 24. But when it's dark at night, this films way better. Most of my Rakobi tests when I film the road, this is filmed with this. You can do so much with it. Both of them can do mostly the same thing. You have a bit more settings in here that you can do. I have a lot of mounts. I can mount it on a tripod or whatever, something else. I bought this lens protection here, which is crap, falls off all the time, but better than no protection at all. What I like about it, like I said, it's amazing in the dark. What it's not very good is the turning on. You have to press this button here on the side very strongly, and that's annoying. But what is amazing about this thing is, and you've seen it in my live streams, is that you can voice control it. So I just say GoPro turn on, it will turn on. I can say GoPro record, it will record. GoPro stop recording, GoPro turn off. And if I have to turn off pause the music in the car, but otherwise it just works. Don't have to go there and fiddle around with it, because when it's mounted somewhere and then you have to fiddle, maybe it's moving around, and then the first video was like this, the second video was like this. It's a bit annoying. But that's it for camera. The last thing where I sometimes film, but normally not, is my smartphone. This is a Xiaomi Mi 9T Pro. Well, Oh yeah, the prices. So this was 185 euros. The GoPro was 270, I think. I can't remember. Maybe it was 300. I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. And this was back in the day 500 or 600 euros, but now it's nothing worth it. It's too old. This is, I'm sure, this is I think 12 years old that I have more. It's very old, very very old. The smartphone was I think 350. If I know correctly. I chose this phone for a few reasons. Ooh, it's totally dirty under here. My God. I like it that the camera it goes out, so the screen is not impaired with a stupid selfie camera, because I rarely use it unless I'm live streaming. And what I like about it a lot, it still has a headphone jack, and I can put in a microphone. So it really works. I have a special microphone in the car. I don't have it here right now, but it's very similar to this one, but smaller. It's also a Rode microphone, and I have it in the car, and I mount it directly in my voice. It's better sound, and it's less sound around. So for the live stream, it's just amazing, and it has enough power. Dual SIM. The camera is not amazing, but it's more about the app from YouTube that's annoying, that you can't choose anything, can choose a different camera. God, this is dirty. Then let's go to the microphones. Well, the first one is the one I'm having here right now. It's the Rode Wireless Go. It was when I bought it 200 euros. Right now it's already at 180 or even less. Really amazing. The frequency, it's a wireless microphone. There's one part is on the camera, one is here, and you have the little wind thing here. So if it's very windy, you don't hear the whole time. But it falls off very easily, and to attach it, especially in the cold when you're outside, it's really hard to do. That's why I even have it on in here, because it's staying on there right now very well. I don't want to play with it. It works really nice. It has nice sound, and you can move it around. It works really well. I like it a lot. It's very easy to work with it. The second I have, and I used the Wireless Go on the move. So when I'm in the car, I tried this microphone and this in the car, and this sounds better in the car. This microphone sounds better at home for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just it. This is a Rode Video Mic Pro, not the Plus. It's the old one. You need a 12-volt battery in here. Still the first one in here, since I have the microphone. It's extremely loud and doesn't work with the phone. That's why I had to buy a different microphone. And I have 12-volt batteries in my bag, of course, if this is empty. And I have a wind thing here too. I put this on, and if it's very windy, it still sounds okay. And it's all attached in the holder that it can move around without any problem. Good thing. This, I think it was 100 euros because it was used with the wind thing, so that's fine for me. I also have for the camera, for the lenses, two ND filters, variable ND filters. So you put this in front of the lens, you just screw it on, and then you can turn and make the picture darker. And why would you do that? You can do it when it's very, very bright. It's very possible that your picture just gets too bright, and you need that. It's like sunglasses for your camera, and with a variable ND filter, you can select it. They're not high quality, they were very cheap, but they do the trick. I don't need a lot, I just do a bit, so it still looks okay, and they work fine. Let's go to, well, this is my camera bag. I have everything in here. Like I said, batteries, cleaning for the camera, a few SD cards if I need one. There's a screwdriver, a few adapters, a lamp, whatever stuff is in here. There's a lot, and this was the cheapest thing ever. I think it was 10 euros. Next thing, this is very nice. This is my gimbal. It works with the camera, but you can also put the smartphone on here if you want to. So this is the Ronin SC. This was 300 something, I can't remember. I bought it when it came out because I looked at a few videos and it looked amazing. I had a different gimbal before that was cheaper, 250 or something. I can't remember what the name was, something with F. Fire Tech or whatever, and this was so crap. This was really crap. This feels way better, and what this does, it smooth out your camera movements. And I use this especially. I'm not using this with the Kobe test because you have to put the camera on here, balance it, and then you can film it. And then there's a motor in here, so you can turn it around. And when you move your hand, it keeps it stable. The battery lasts amazingly long. That's awesome. But again, like I said, it takes a bit to balance it, and this is normal. This is just how it is with every gimbal, and it's heavy too. But for example, when I was in Frankfurt at the Frankfurt Motor Show, I used this the whole day. It was fine, the battery was fine, it worked the whole day. You can start recording here, there's a cable attached into the camera, and like I said, you can move the camera around, turn it or whatever, and set the speed, how fast it's rotating and everything. Like I said, I don't use it when I have to be very fast with a Rokobie test, but when I show you a car, I like to use the gimbal. It just looks way smoother and it's better for the eye, and it's just very nice. My main tripod where I just put the camera on top is this, a Manfrotto. I don't even know what the name of this thing, Pixie? There it is, MT Pixie B. Just very easy, and you can just put the camera somewhere and can hold it in your hand as well, so you don't have to hold the camera in a weird way. You just have a nice grip, and I use this. I like it a lot. This was, I don't know, 20 euros or so. Doesn't cost anything. For the smartphone, I have this. This costs 8 euros. You can put. I have a few of them. I have two, I think. One in the car for where you just put your phone in there, and then it's in there, and there's a, you can mount it to a tripod or whatever, or in the car to something. Works really nice. What else do we have? I have a few of those thingies here and here on top, so you put this on your camera, and then this on your tripod or whatever, and then you can lock it in here very fast. And I have it on a few tripods. I think I have 3, and then you can put the camera on this and on this and this, and don't have to screw around, just boop, boop, and it's in. The annoying part, when this is on the camera, I cannot switch batteries. I have to take this off to switch a battery. That's annoying. For tripods, I have the one tripod that you are right now on. This is the cheapest tripod ever. By the way, those things were like 13 euros for one, so this and the counterpart. The tripod you're standing on right now is extremely old, extremely cheap. I think it was 10 or 20 euros. It's real crap, but I don't do any movements with it. If I want to do movements on the tripod, I use this. Even though it's a bit wobbly then, but I can still hold it, and then on the tripod, if I have to do moves with the camera, and then the gimbal is moving, it's just nicer. And the other tripod, I have 2 of those. One is here in the back for the live stream, and this one here, I just bought it for it. This is, I think, 30 euros or so. What I love about this thing is that it can be extremely small, but this is too small for some things, and the tripod you're on is too big for some things. If it's, for example, in the car to film the infotainment system, a big tripod like this, you just can't fit it. You're like up here, and with this you're too small and too not flexible enough. And with this, you can put it right in the middle. That's why I like that a lot. I then have a lot of attachment thingies. My main one that you have seen in the videos is this one here. This was 20 euros. This is for if you build a house construction. of a house and you make a door or a window so the house doesn't fall in. This is what it's for. And what I'm using it for, I put this in the car, in the back seat, or especially so this part goes in the foot part of the back seats, and this one goes on the ceiling, and then you can screw it and tighten it so it never gets extremely tight. It just doesn't work that way. Otherwise, I break the car, and I put those thingies in front and on the bottom, so I don't leave any dents in the car. And here I can then attach something that I show you now. This, like I said, 20 euros or something, but I couldn't find anything else to have something film me while I'm driving. I'm driving here and to have the camera right here. I just couldn't find anything else. And what I attached to it is this. This is a Manfrotto clamp and a Manfrotto ball head. So I can move this around wherever I want to. And I attach this to the pole and then the camera here, and then I can frame it the way that I want to. Works really nice. I also have an arm. So you can attach the clamp here and the ball head here if you need to, and have this, and this is also from Manfrotto. The clamp, oh my god, I think the clamp is 15 or 20 euros. The ball head was 50. This arm is also around 50, I think. It's amazing, but it's a bit too long. I rarely use it anymore because it gets a bit unstable and shaky. I don't like that. I have a few different clamps here, but I don't use that anymore at all. These are all GoPro thingies that I never use. I bought them in case, but I don't do that. I have two of those 3 suction cups. I have the single suction cups that I don't have here right now. They're all in the car. It's just the same thing as this, but just one suction cup, and then a tripod, so screw, so you can attach something. With this, I can even attach the camera you have here. It even withstands the weight because I have three suction cup. I bought this in the beginning to put outside of the car. If one suction cup fails, or 2, it will still not lose the camera. Problem with this is that it's very hard to attach something hard. So when this screw here, it still moves around a bit. It's not amazing, but I use it for live stream. I use it to film outside to the front when I'm in cars. But I just ordered something, but it's delayed. It will take a few weeks. I ordered something else. So I have this Manfrotto suction cup that I never used. I bought it and then I never used it because it's the wrong thing. I have to sell it because this is meant to have the arm in here. And I tried it once and then I noticed it just gets way too unstable. So it holds in here very nicely. It's not the problem. And it holds, the suction cup can hold the weight too, but it's just too much. And then of course at the end with the moving car, it shakes around. And what I bought now is it's the same suction cup, but it already right on the suction cup has a ball head that moves around where you can attach the camera or the live stream. So this, and then have the smartphone in there. So it's just suction cup and then right away a ball head and the thing. So it's very, it ends here, same as this one, but I can move it around wherever I want to. This is just stationary like it is, and this is too long and too much. So I want to sell that suction cup too. I just don't use it at all. My most important thing is then this. This is a tiny, so this is a Tesa power strip, and you can buy 10 for like €8. Oh, the suction cup, by the way, was around 50. Like I said, I don't use it to sell it. And you put one half, the one that's gluey, on this mount for the GoPro, and the other one is I put in front of the instrument cluster of the cars. In the ID3 doesn't work because it's so close, it looks horrible, but in other cars it just works perfectly. I then can set the GoPro or the E4K to wide, and then I can see everything. It just works. And the last thing is my drone that I just bought a month ago, or was it 1.5 months ago? It's the DJI Mini 2. Reason is the price. It was €580. It works just fine. It already films in 4K. Has a stable gimbal up here. It works really nice. I'm sorry for it. Of course, there are better drones that can withstand wind better and go faster and more stable and have better video quality. But for me, this is just fine. It's small, light. I don't need any special things for it, so that I have to make I have to get a license for a drone or whatever. The only thing I need is soon here in Germany to have a sticker with a special ID on there, and that's it. So I like it a lot. It works very nicely. I think it gives my videos a bit more of special thing, not to film all the time, but sometimes it's just nice. And I have 3 batteries with it and the controller, and then I have a landing platform if I have to use it somewhere where it just cannot land without dirt or grass or whatever. The last thing is then my computer and how I edit my videos. I just upgraded the computer. It's a PC. It has an i9, Intel i9 850 10-core processor in there. Before I had the i7, and it had some problems on some things that I do while editing, and this just works fine. It's way faster, and have only SSDs in there, 2 M.2s with a terabyte, 2 terabytes, and then 4 terabyte of SSDs. So it's all quiet now. That's nice. No hard drive spinning and no fans. I like that. And I edit with Adobe Premiere. And I have the Creative Cloud. I just pay every month for the whole suite, Photoshop and whatever. I only use Photoshop for pictures, After Effects sometimes. I don't know too much, but I edit everything in Premiere. I just always did that, and that's why I'm sticking to it. And I don't want to learn anything new. It just works fine, and then upload the video to YouTube. But that's all of it. Hope you enjoyed it a bit. Hope I helped. If any questions or whatever, just put them in the description below. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.